Super Bowl Sunday is basically our Thanksgiving part two. Friends, family, food, and we all pretend to understand and like the game.
Cool. Couldn't give a shit. It's has nothing to do with us Brits. You do you. Same with fucking Thanksgiving. You do you. Whatever. Hello, welcome to Two Sides of the Pond, the podcast where myself, a Brit called Matthew, and this yank over here called Dwayne on the other side of the pond talk about loads of random things and we anger people along the way, which is really good fun. I enjoy it. And today, because Super Bowl is coming up at some point, I don't know, in the next few hours, we thought we'd talk about that. When is it? What day is it actually on?
February 9th this year.
And what day is that? That's what date did I ask?
Super Bowl Sunday.
Sunday, right? Okay,
I believe Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay, so it is a
Watch
few days.
me be wrong.
Imagine. So you don't actually know when the official
the actual day is? No, I just know it's February 9th.
Right, let's figure this out because so that's in 6 days' time from when we are having this conversation.
Yes. What
day is it today? It's Monday. I don't even know. It's Monday today. So, yeah,
okay. To a very special episode of Two Sides of the Pond where Matthew figures out how to use a calendar.
Yes, I should just look at one. There is one right in front of me. So what day you say? The 9th?
The 9th,
that is a Sunday. Okay, so yes. So this comes out to our... Shut the fuck up. This comes out to our Patreons on Wednesday, the whatever fuck I did, the 5th of February, and then available for everyone else on Friday, the 7th of February. There we go. I can do math. I can add 2 days at a time. It'd be good. And then Super Bowl will grace us with its horseshit a further 2 days on from that. So there's a bit of symmetry going on with the plan today. Mm-hmm. Now, what were you going to say before I proudly interrupted you?
Do you know who's playing? You have no clue, do you?
I have no idea. I don't fucking know. What is it? Fucking Jerry Springer and the fucking Bobcats? What is it?
So the Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like Indian.
Yeah.
Native American.
I know.
Gotcha. Yep. They played last year as well.
Is it always the same ones that play?
No, it's like this. I wanted to say it's the Super Bowl of the sports season. It's kind of like what would you call it for Formula One? Like everybody plays each other, and then you get this winner plays this winner plays this winner, and then the two biggest teams or two biggest drivers go against each other. Does that even happen?
Not in Formula One, no. But I suppose if you if you talk about Premier League football, you will then have the two. Well, I don't know. I'm not a massive football fan, so I don't fucking know. So before anyone shits on my ass, I don't. Where the fuck have you gone? I've just lost you. Right, back working. Problems, fucking technology, shit, bollocks. As I was saying, football it can vary. Sometimes we have every team will play every other team, and you then get points, and the biggest scoring team in the league is the one that wins, and you get the ones at the bottom that get relegated. But then we have other competitions or championships or whatever where I don't fucking know. It ends up being a final that gets played. I don't know how the fuck that works, really. I have no idea. I don't know if like a knockout thing could be. I don't know. But there are ones where you do have the final two teams get to the end. World Cup. That simplifies things. World Cup's easier, and the Euro, right? It ends up being the last two teams play at the World Cup. So is that what the Super Bowl is then? Is that like a whole season of random other shit that takes place leading up to the Super Bowl, and it is then the two final teams that play?
Yes, absolutely. And the things that people are very interested in does not have to do with the players. It has to do with, is Travis Kelce's girlfriend going to show up at the Super
that was
Bowl?
The thing last year, wasn't it? The fucking stick figure, twiggy fucking anorexic piece of shit with her crap singing, burning aviation fuel flying around from,
Well, it happens to be that they're playing again, and he will be there playing. So they're wondering if Taylor will show up again.
So people are more interested in her than they are the game.
Well, people are more interested in a lot of other things other than the actual game being played. So now if you want to be in the arena, which it's at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans this year. Okay. I know this means nothing to you, but if you want to buy a ticket,
it varies.
It varies. Kind of like the Olympics. It varies last year, which stadium beats me. It might have been in California. I have no idea. It was the San Francisco 49ers were playing the Chiefs last year. So
should have been called 69ers. Missed opportunity.
So if you want to buy a ticket, I don't know why you would, and want to be in the stadium this year, the lowest ticket is over $3,000.
Is it really?
Yes, and it's over. It can be up to over $10,000 for a ticket.
That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, and I guess it's sellout, right? It's a sellout event.
Oh, absolutely. It is crazy. Now, the actual game is about 3.5 hours long, 4 hours long.
How long is the actual gameplay, though?
11 minutes. I know this. I have looked it up. 11
minutes over 4 hours.
Yes. Because we have the halftime show happens, which is like 12-minute show. So they have like several minutes to set up the stage.
Is that what it is? 12 minutes of halftime show?
Yes. And this year it is done by Apple, I think. Who's doing the Apple? Then. It is the Apple Music halftime show this year.
All right.
Just so you know. And they're sponsoring it. And they have a couple of minutes to set up the stage right on the field. Yep. The performer's going to perform, do their 12-minute show live. And then the idea is that they have to break down the whole thing for the game to continue to play.
Yes, so, makes sense. It would be a bit of a meme if you're trying to play with a massive fucking stage there in the way. So,
right.
I can imagine they do, collapse it after the fact.
So every year, of course, the artist that is asked to perform tries to outdo all the previous artists. Whether you are helicoptered in like Lady Gaga was, where she just jumps off. Yeah. I mean, that was a huge meme for years. So it was really cool.
We can top that. We can top that in this country. We had the fucking Queen of England based out of a helicopter for the Olympics with Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Are you serious?
Wasn't really.
Was she like?
It was a double. But
yeah. Was she like strapped to his chest and?
No, I think it was separate. I think they went down separately. Yeah, there's a whole skit made of where James Bond, portrayed by Daniel Craig at the time, rocks up at Buckingham Palace, and the Queen is like, take out the Labour leader because fuck Labour, and then they're walking through Buckingham Palace, and then they end up cutting to a helicopter above the stadium on the opening ceremony, and then they, obviously it's different people that base jump out, but that's the skit is, old 95-year-old Queen of England is jumping out of a helicopter, face planted on the floor. It's good fun.
This year we actually have Lamar, I believe. Lamar will be doing it. Kendrick Lamar.
Is Diddy there?
No, I don't think he's been allowed out yet. There are too many children that go to the Super Bowl.
Well, the thing is, they still obviously had the music thingamajiggies recently, and they're still doing call-outs to Beyonce every single time. So they're still obviously afraid of being assassinated by Diddy. So, there's still something going on there. It's
Beyonce just won a Grammy for the best country music album for Cowboy Carter.
Gifted,
I believe it's called.
Surely it's been gifted.
So she just won that, which was interesting. So the kind of cool thing about this is everybody wants to see the halftime show. Everybody will just walk around the room
for 12 minutes.
Around the house.
So you go for a 4-hour event, or longer than that because you got to get there, I suppose, early enough.
Watch it at home. 100 million people. There are 100 million people expected to be watching the Super Bowl. Well, 100 million people expected to watch the halftime show and the commercials that come up before and after the actual 11-minute game.
Yeah, because they show ads as well, don't they? Like trailers and stuff. From what I've read, like the Fantastic Four trailer is supposed to debut at the Super Bowl. Where in theory you'll see Robert Downey Jr. portraying Doctor Doom for the first time will be in this trailer along with Galactus. So there's stuff like that. That's it's quite cool.
That's
I mean, obviously,
you could watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
Yeah,
seriously,
feed them rice.
Well,
exactly.
and here's the other thing about this: the whole idea why the UK is not really big into the Super Bowl is because of our time difference.
Yeah, it is late for us. It means staying up all night.
5 hours later.
Because what time does it start then? What time does the what is it? Is it kickoff? The whistle, like someone doing a fucking handstand?
The coin flip. The coin flip.
Is that what it is?
It's a coin flip.
Is it a national anthem? Is it a school shooting? Like what starts the game?
Oh my god! Let's see. What time? I have no idea. Does the Super Bowl
much, do you?
start?
Do you watch it yourself? Have you ever watched it?
I have watched it only because Madonna was doing halftime.
Okay, I see.
So
who's halftime? Tell me more about him.
So I don't know a whole lot about him, but let's see. 6:30 p.m. is kickoff.
Yeah. Okay. So that for us
so
then
late for
is 11:30. My ceiling's cracking. Son of a bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to sort that out.
Pay attention.
Watch the super shit. So yes, that's 11:30 for us in the UK. Even later if you're in Europe, if you're in Spain different and areas. Germany and whatnot. Yeah. Funny how time zones work. So 4 hours of that then. I mean, you could start watching it, but I suppose, is it 2 hours before the halftime shite? Is that what it is?
Figure, yeah. An hour and 45 minutes in.
So you'd have to stay out until about 1:30 to capture the halftime bollocks. So, I mean, for me, to be fair, I don't go to sleep till about 2 a.m. anyway. So I could, in theory, watch the first half, probably fall asleep because it's boring, wake up in time for the halftime shit, which is probably equally as boring, and then finally go to sleep.
Thanks to YouTube, you could watch all the things that you want to see the next morning, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So, I mean, I still have on my YouTube channel queued up where Madonna's performance was because I did enjoy it a lot. And a lot of times what happens is they pick the player or they pick the artist to perform based off of what they have coming out, whether they're going to be announcing
sexuality wise or
concert coming out or a new album coming out.
Or they're coming out.
So Kendrick Lamar is going to be there, and he's also going to have SZA there. I have no idea who SZA is.
Who the fuck is SZA?
I have no idea, but he's touring with Lamar this year. So
okay.
His name is spelled SZA.
Lamar, SZA, Zanzibar.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care about the halftime this year. But interestingly enough, the actual performance, like, he doesn't really get paid to perform, right?
No, it's more of a thing to do, isn't it? It's more of an honor to sort of be part of that whole bag of shit.
So they're paid a union rate minimum.
What's that?
So right, to give you an idea, last year, who was it last year? I believe it was Usher. Usher did the 2024 halftime performance. He was paid $671 for his performance.
Oh, that's barely worth scratching your ass for that.
For him, yeah. But, notoriety, to get more eyes on him, people want to go to his concert, blah, blah, blah. But the Super Bowl will pay for transportation, the set design, show effects, all that stuff will be paid for.
So they take on like
a tax write-off. Right. It'd be a write-off for the show. And they just write him a little check for $671. So
I wonder how much they spend then, based on the ticket price.
I don't know.
So how many seats are there? What's the capacity of this stadium?
It depends on
normally?
What's the stadium itself. I have no idea.
Yeah. Google that. Give me the because we could do some sort of rudimentary horseshit maths that will probably alienate our listeners and our viewers and tell us how terrible probably you are at math, even though I'm the one that's doing the calculation. But you'll probably get the blame because you tend to get the blame for a lot of stuff. So I'm happy.
Everything here, absolutely.
Everything's your fault. It's because you're American. It's just the default. You can't go after the Brit.
It is
even
so
the Brit's
fun.
wrong. You can't go after the Brit. The Brit's right. I'm right even when I'm wrong. This is how it works.
It's great.
So
I love it.
You say $3,000 as sort of like an entry point then for tickets. Is that what you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll start $3,000. See, I'm saying bucks. See, a Yankee Doodle.
Woohoo!
Do it. Have you not got the
Caesars
answer
Superdome.
yet? Are you like counting the seats manually? Is this what you're doing? 1, 2, 3. What's the stadium called?
Caesar Dome.
Caesar Dome. If I get this
also
before
commonly known as
76,000 seats.
How about 73,208 seats?
Okay, not expanded. 73,208.
Yeah.
73,208. So if everyone, fucking hell, it's a big number. If everyone pays $3,000, now we know, as you said, there's more expensive tickets you can do, and there's probably a lot more expensive seats
lowest
anyway. Yes.
Price.
So let me just figure out the decimal points for this shit. That's $219.6 million for one event. So how much of that do you reckon they try and do as a tax write-off? Because that's a lot of money to burn through, right? That's a lot.
Yeah. So take the median of that. So what is that, like $6,000? $6,500, $7,000 a seat?
Yeah,
between 3,000 and 10,000 would be about 6,000.
So you're talking about $400 million.
Yeah, just in tickets. Let's not forget about your peanuts,
your merch, and your drinks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah,
exactly. Yeah, your big massive thumbs that you like that says "Go fuck off," whatever it is. You know, it's great. Right, that's a lot of money. Imagine making that as a business, as an organization. Imagine making that in one day. Or from one event. That is wild money to have coming in. But I suppose it is once a year. So.
Well, yeah, but so who is sponsoring it this year? What TV channel will it be on this year?
Oh, so that can vary as well then.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Just like the Paris Games was done by NBC. Fox is doing it this year.
Foxy bastards. I wonder how much they pay.
Which is owned by Disney.
Cool.
Just to give you an idea. And their commercials wind up being ridiculously expensive. On average, this year it's expected to cost $8 million for a company to have a 30-second ad during the Super Bowl hours. So between 7 and 8 million. Last year was 7 million was the average. The year before was 7 million. This year they're looking to go up to closer to 8 million for a 30-second ad. Oh, absolutely.
It makes you wonder, because obviously small companies can't pay this sort of money, right? They can't afford to pay that sort of ad space for whatever their crap, right? And even large companies that can afford it, I don't think the business they gain from it, the if you break that advertising cost down per new customer you gain, I don't think it's worth it. I can't imagine it's worth it. Surely it's not worth it. What's the fucking point?
Well, it's not only that. So, all right. So say we're a business and we want two sides of the pond to have a 30-second commercial advertising this. And we have to work up.
All right, you Yanks. Come watch our podcast. Fuck all y'all.
Fuck the game. $8 million out of our pocket just for that. Right?
Yeah.
So not only are we out of pocket just for the privilege of having a 30-second ad on that night during that time slot, then we have to pay for production for our own commercial that we're doing.
No, fuck that. We make it ourselves, man. Indie movie. Bollocks. Just this.
Do it on an Apple. Do it on an Apple device where they film movies from.
It's being sponsored by Apple in some way because they're doing the mid-show. We'll film it on an iPhone. We'll try and get Apple to give us a bit of dollar for using their bullshit fucking hardware out of China. It's all good.
So if you are Uber Eats, let's just throw out Uber Eats for a second because they're doing commercials. They're doing a lot of commercials.
What, because people don't eat these days, so you'd be reminded that there are services to make you buy fucking food.
Well, you don't have to leave the house to order.
It's like Planet Earth doing a fucking ad for air to breathe. You know what I mean? So don't forget to breathe in. You've got lungs, use them.
Okay. Well, Uber Eats, because their spokesperson isn't really well known. I mean, it's just Uber Eats. So they hire celebrities to do these commercials.
Of course,
and the celebrities start off at roughly, the more that you know of who they are, at least $1 million. Just to say, Cher is doing an Uber Eats commercial this year for the halftime show, where she turns back time and goes back to the 80s. So to get Cher to
vegan
say,
shit, I like it. I'm on board. Get me a burger.
So to get Cher to wear her 80s turn back time outfit to do a commercial, it costs more than $1 million to get Cher to do that.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I wonder how long it takes for them. Obviously it's really hard to figure out who would have bought food from you anyway, and who's only done it because they saw your shite being played at the Super Bowl, right? But if you could figure out the numbers, I wonder how long it would take for you to see a return on the investment you made to have the ad space, to have the fucking gobshite as your star talking bollocks to a camera. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's me thinking, you're making like $100,000 a year for doing some sort of thing. That's good money, right? And here other companies going like, fuck me, we got to spend $8 million. Shit the bed. We better increase our fucking fees.
Well, these commercials go viral. And so the companies have to do better than the year before. Like when Betty White did a commercial several years ago for Snickers for the Super Bowl.
I could go viral.
Like, keep your Snicker to yourself.
Bring it the ducks.
So it went viral and people talked about it for years. And it got Betty White more work as the years went on. So that was great. It was like the year of Betty White that year. This year they have Kris Jenner doing a commercial for Meta, which is interesting. Yeah, Meta.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah.
But for Uber Eats, we also have, I said Cher. We have Matthew McConaughey, Martha Stewart, Charlie XCX. Like, it's just craziness. The amount of people they're getting to do commercials just for Uber Eats for the Super
Who should we get then? If we were to get a celebrity to do an ad for two sides of the penis, who do we get?
Well, somebody mentioned to me yesterday the world's best comedian comes from maybe Scottish. Do you know?
Who
Charles someone. He was he was the voice of Dogman, maybe?
Who the fuck is Dogman?
Dogman's a commercial. Cartoon rather. I don't know. Look it up. While you are looking that up, because I think he would be a great one because just about everybody knows who he is.
I don't fucking know who he is.
But if you heard his name, who was the voice of Dogman?
Dogman Pete Davidson?
No, never mind. My bad.
Peter Hastings is Peter Hastings is the voice of Dogman. This is from the film.
Right.
So I don't know if there's something. Fucking Ricky Gervais is in it. What the fuck is Flippy the Fish? What the fuck? When was this made? 2025.
It's coming out. It's on its way out. Yeah. It's coming out any day now.
It's out. It's already out.
Is it?
Yeah, it came out on the 31st of January in the US.
It's DreamWorks.
Assholes. Yeah, it is.
So it happens to be part of the company I work for. So that's why Dogman kind of popped into my head.
That's one way of announcing where you work. Okay.
Well, I don't care.
but yeah, I've never heard of this person. Point. So in terms of best comedian, best comedian, I have no idea. For me, best comedian is Lee Evans. But
okay, we'll grab him then.
I'd love to. That'd be hilarious. It would be so funny.
Bill Connolly.
So funny. Anyway, Bill Connolly.
Do you know who Bill Connolly is?
Yeah, I know who Bill Connolly is. Yeah.
He's the one that I believe was mentioned to me about
hilarious.
Being like one of the best world famous comedian, and he happens to be European of some sort.
He is good.
Yeah,
he is good.
So that's who I would say.
Billy Connolly.
But what I love is when they start doing things like when they do commercials and they try to up and grab the nostalgia of people of my age, close to your age, a little older than you, who would be interested in things like the current generation is not going to care so much, I would say, about beer. They're not one for drinking beer, but there are a lot of beer commercials. Yeah. Nick Offerman's doing one for Pringles, by the way. So he's kind of funny. And that also explains why Kris Jenner's doing Meta, because the Kardashians, the people who can afford Meta glasses and to pay for that kind of technology would know who the Kardashians are. So that would make a lot of sense right there. But Hellman's Mayonnaise has a new commercial coming out just for Super Bowl.
Who have they got for that? Fucking Bonnie Blue?
They have Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan from When Harry Met Sally.
Right.
So they're recreating the famous scene from When Harry Met Sally, where they're sitting in a cafe and she takes a bite of her food and she like has an orgasm in the middle. And the next scene is someone saying, "Oh, I'll have what she's having." Well, they recreate that scene for Hellman's where they put it on a deli sandwich.
Right.
And she recreates that, which I think is really cool for people of my generation who grew up watching a movie like When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. There's a lot of thought that goes into that, but to get those two in a room together, to pay them to recreate a scene from back then by a brand like Hellman's mayonnaise, how much do you think it cost Hellman's to get them in that room to do that again? For like
lifetime supply of free mayonnaise?
Well,
I'd do it, to be fair, if I got given free mayonnaise.
Meg Ryan is pretty old. She like you go up to a 60-something-year-old woman and go, "I want you to an
Cream
established actress on camera. Go for it. Let's see you do it. How much will it cost?" Like, I think that's amazing.
That is amazing.
I just do. So then $8 million plus, say, $3 million between the two of them. That's $11 million plus production, plus editing, all of it.
Yeah, and production's expensive. I know, obviously, your company probably charge a fucking steal, greedy bastards. So, yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to have some fucking spotty-faced twat going, action, like that on the camera. Because, you know, it's not fucking Hollywood films. It's going to be other people, I suppose, doing... I'm trying to get my ball up without bending down. Shall I
just squat. Just squat.
I'm going to bust my ass open. I'm going to force you into doing this. All right, I'm going to try and... No, the ball went over that way. It fucked off. It's all good. I have another one. We're safe. Fuck me, that's impressive. How did I manage that? How did it just do a 90-degree... I don't know. I amaze myself. Anyway, going back to the act, though, surely nothing has ever topped Michael Jackson.
That has been said to be one of the best performances ever. And unfortunately, his name has been tarnished so much, whether you believe it or not. His name has been tarnished so much that it's very polarizing. Where at one point in his life, he was loved by every single person. Nobody had anything really negative to say about him.
Yeah. Whereas now it's just the kids.
Him and P. Diddy.
Yeah.
So we're going to have next year, for 2026, we're going to have P. Diddy on the stage wearing all orange.
With a hologram.
If you know, you know. And a hologram of Michael Jackson. We'll have Michael Jackson moonwalking backwards into P. Diddy's. Never mind. So
into P. Diddy's.
Diddy. Let's see the Diddy.
Diddy P?
That's okay. Well, I mean, we can afford that. We can afford $671 to have Diddy do it.
That should be a good TV show. Did Diddy do it? Diddy P?
Oh my God. Right up there with Orange Man, Juice. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Not a clue. I'm just going
Not a clue.
Smart and wave.
Right. OJ Jackson. OJ
Simpson?
OJ. Yeah. Jackson. God. Michael Jackson. OJ Simpson. Well, OJ Simpson wrote that book. I did it. But if you look in the eye, it's like, it says if I did it. Really small print.
Right.
So it'd be the same thing with Michael. It's fine. But yeah, so the Super Bowl, I hope people realize all the money that really goes into it. And people don't watch the game. I don't know many people who watch the game.
No.
But I mean,
but like I said before, it's something I would love to attend once. Don't give a shit about the game. Couldn't give a fuck. But for the atmosphere, to say that I've done it and to see if Diddy did it, you know, it'll be great. It'll be great to go. It'll be great to actually see what it's all about and be like, yeah, I've gone to Super Bowl and, you know, I fell asleep and shat myself. It'll be a great story. You can't beat that. You know, it's peak. That's peak me. So maybe in a couple of years, once we can afford $3,000 or more per fucking ticket. God damn. That is a lot. That's gonna be a real hard thing to purchase when I could not give a fuck.
Right.
Not give a fuck. Right? On my nan's grave, I would rather be on my nan's grave than go to the Super Bowl. But to say that I've done this thing, I've got to put my hands in my pockets.
The only people that
please
are
subscribe
watching,
to our Patreon. I need the money.
The people who are watching the actual game are the people who have a gambling problem. Those are the people who really care. Let's be real. There are people
because they're betting on the game.
They're betting on everything from the coin toss.
They can do that from home, though, right? They can do that from the cat. They have more money to put on their bets if they stay at home. Look, gamblers, I am saving you $1 or giving you more money to put into your gambling addiction. Don't go to the event itself. Stay at home, take a shit, have some chicken, and just put some more money on the game. Easy.
And with that, thank you for watching Two Sides of the Pond. Watching, listening, wherever you get us. Leave a comment down below. Are you watching the Super Bowl this year? Who are you more excited to see? Kelce, Travis Kelce, whoever the fuck he is, Taylor Swift, Lamar. I have no fucking clue. No clue. I don't care. I'm not watching the game. I will be YouTubing the best parts. And by the best parts, I mean the commercial. So thank you for watching and join our Patreon. See what other crap we have going on around here. Thank you, Matthew. It's always a pleasure.
Bye for now.
Bye.